Welcome back to the Bangor Auditorium and the Maine Principals Association Class A basketball tournament. Next, it's the boys' Eastern Maine final as the Bulldogs of Lawrence take on the Rams of Bangor.
Welcome back to the Bangor Auditorium. I'm Brent Stevens along with Coach Bob Cymbaluk as we get ready for the Class A Eastern Maine title game between number 3 Bangor Rams and the number 4 Lawrence Bulldogs. And the Bangor Rams going to have to contend with a couple of tough cookies last night for Lawrence in Justin Underwood and Jed Johnson. 24 and 20 points respectively for those two.
Well, that's very true, but also Lawrence is going to contend with Bangor's athleticism and the penetration of Mr. Peoples, who can get it done. And they're certainly also going to have to contend with the penetration that Bangor gets also from Gildart and from Louts. So it's Bangor's quickness and athleticism and speed against, and again, Lawrence has some good athleticism, but a little bit more size, Brett.
Certainly, that's the thing you keep hearing about Bangor over and over again is their athleticism. Last night, it was Dwayne Peoples leading the way in the scoring column. 18 points for Peoples, 15 points for Nick Louts, and Bangor just has a lot of weapons they can go to.
They certainly do, and they've been able to counteract size of other teams. All season long, they've beaten teams that have been much bigger than they have.
And they will have to do that again tonight as Jed Johnson, 6'7" senior, again leading the way for Lawrence High School. Now let's check in with Tim Throckmorton.
Yeah, thanks very much. Mike McGee, tell us about how hard it is to come back. You can't do too much planning the next day. What do you do the day after a big win, getting ready for another game the next day?
You rely on your kids, and we have great kids. This is the easiest bunch of kids I've ever coached. We've had no problems this year. They just come to play, and we had about a 1-hour preparation today. We watched last night's tape. So you rely on the kids you have, and, you know, we had a very emotional win over Coney last night, so we just got to come down from that and play.
You're coming from the middle of the pack, the 4-5 matchup. You got to get a couple of upsets to make it through. Does it bother anybody on this team, or is it just once you get here, once you start playing, it just sort of steamrolls for you?
Well, we've been playing well all year. We haven't had many, we haven't had many valleys on this team. We played very well. Like I said, it's the easiest bunch I've ever coached. And last night was such a big win for our program to get to this game after, not making a tournament last year. We're very happy to be here, but I'll tell you, we 32 minutes, we told them our 4 seniors could get a chance at the net, so they're quite motivated.
Mike McGee, when he starts jumping up and down at the end of the game, it does spells trouble for everybody else. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Mike.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun, Tim.
Have another good one tonight. Mike McGee, and of course, Roger Reed comes in as the higher seeded tonight's game, but of course, you got a team that's, when this Lawrence team, Mike McGee team, is excited, that's another whole different element that you have to battle.
Yeah, they're on a big high right now, Tim. As you know, that win last night put them right into the high atmosphere, and they're ready to play, and so are we. I think this is the great night of basketball, and we'll just go at each other as hard as we can, and may the better man win.
You got 6 nights to prepare for a Braden Clement. You got 1 day to talk about Justin Underwood. What do you discuss about him?
Well, we feel that the key to their key to victory for them is, of course, Underwood and Jed Johnson. We got to find a way to contain those 2 guys. We cannot let. He's an emotional kind of leader for this team. Underwood is, and we're just going to try to limit what he does and try to keep Jed from having his way on the boards tonight. And if we can get those 2 things done, I think we probably will be in the game.
One more question, Coach. Seems like a lot of teams have leads late in games or third quarter, start running motion, trying to get rid of the clock. As a spectator sitting at home, you're thinking, oh, why don't they just keep running the ball, running the offense?
Well, that's predicated a lot of times on the foul situation in the game. And for instance, last night, we tried a number of things late in that game. We wanted to use some zone to save legs. From a coach's standpoint, when you know that you played that hard, you try to do things. And the other thing was, Braden Clement, we had contained him for 3 quarters, 10 points, 11 points, 11 points in the quarters, and we decided to take and use a little more, take a little more time off the clock for the purpose of keeping the ball out of Braden Clements' hand and giving him a chance to create and get going. But of course, the thing that hurt us on that was they immediately went to fouling us early and put us on the line, and we missed 11 foul shots. Normally, we're a good foul shooting team. We'd hit those foul shots, we'd have gone for 17 points and put the game out of reach.
Hope it doesn't come to that for you, Roger, tonight. Best of luck along the way.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Roger Reed explaining a little bit of how difficult it is, I guess, sometimes to play with that lead. Back to tell you who the starters are in this game and all the players in this game when we come back in 2 minutes.
What does everyone want when buying a...
We're getting ready for Lawrence and Bangor, the Class A Eastern Maine title game in schoolboy basketball. And Coach Cymbaluk, neither team having a lot of time to really prepare specifically for the other team. Does that play to the advantage of one team over the other?
Well, I don't really think so. I think the big key to this game early is Lawrence had the bigger upset. Certainly their rival Coney have beaten them twice in the regular season. Sometimes you have a letdown. Bangor, on the other hand, probably not a natural rival with Skowhegan, and I think Bangor going in felt very confident that they matched up with them, and I think Bangor wasn't as surprised that they beat Skowhegan as Lawrence might have been that they beat Coney. So I think sometimes when you pull a major upset like that, you may have, you know, drained the tank a little bit. And we'll just have to see if they've got any gas left in that tank for this game tonight. That might be a real pivotal thing in this ballgame.
Well, Coach Mike McGee alluded to that in his conversation with Tim Throckmorton beforehand, is the fact that last night's win, indeed, a very emotional win for the Lawrence Bulldogs. And you could see that last night as they were in full celebration mode after that win over Coney.
Well, that's true. And, of course, also, Bangor played the second game last night. But I don't think the kids this young, you know, a couple of hours really makes that much difference. And as far as preparation is concerned is, hey, you've got this far, you're ready to go.
Bangor comes in again, the third seed at 18-2 thus far, and Lawrence number 4. Their record stands at 17-3 as both teams have completed the warm-ups and have made their ways to their respective benches. Bangor girls lost to Mount Blue, a 4-point win for the Cougars, 45-41 in the girls' game. Let's go to the PA announcer and get the introduction of players for tonight's ball game.
This contest has the number 4 seeded Bulldogs from Lawrence High School facing the number 3 seeded Rams from Bangor High School. And now let's meet the participants for this contest. First, the team members for the visiting Lawrence Bulldogs, coached by Lawrence McGee. Number 20, a junior, John Kent. A junior, number 22, Alan Smith. A sophomore, number 24, Todd MacArthur. Number 30, a junior, Corey Pelletier. A junior, number 34, Chris Knights. A freshman, number 40, Trafton Teague. Number 42, a junior, Mike Brown. A junior, number 44, Justin Roderick. And number 50, a junior, Matt Clement. And now the team members for the home team, Bangor Rams, coached by Roger Reed. A sophomore, number 00, Noah McPike. A sophomore, number 10, Joe Benedestein. A senior, number 30, Mike St. Pierre. A junior, number 34, James Bradford. Number 40, a sophomore, Josh Johnson. A senior, number 42, Dan Chadbourne. Number 44, a sophomore, Eric Bell. A sophomore, number 50, Sean Bouchard. A senior, number 52, Joe Warwick. And number 54, a senior, Josh Sibiello. The starting lineups. First, for the Lawrence Bulldogs. Playing down, standing 6 feet tall, a senior, number 10, Nick Bowden. And for the Bangor Rams, at forward, at 6 feet 3 inches tall, a junior, number 12, Nick Loach. And for the Bulldogs at guard, a senior at 6 feet even, number 12, Justin Underwood. And for the Rams at guard, at 5 feet 10 inches tall, a junior, number 14, Corey Gildar. And for Lawrence Bulldogs at guard, at 5 feet 8 inches tall, a junior, number 14, Josh Brown. And for the Rams at guard, standing 6 feet tall, a senior, number 20, Dwayne People. And for Lawrence at center, at 6 feet 7 inches tall, a senior, number 32, Jed Johnson. And for the Rams at guard, at 6 feet 1 inches tall, a senior, number 22, Elliot Blackstone. And for Lawrence Bulldogs at forward, a senior standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, number 52, Randy Netto. And for Bangor Rams at forward, at 6 feet 3 inches tall, a sophomore, number 32, Joe Campbell. Officials for this contest are Mr. Brewer, Mr. Cody, and Mr. Shaw.
Well, the players have been introduced, and now we're getting ready to play ball. These two teams did not face each other in the regular season, and again, that gets back to the importance of, I guess, looking at that game tape, as both coaches were busy doing late last night.
Well, that's what you do. You had at least time enough today to run your team through maybe a shot, little shoot around today, and to look at the tape. Really, not much more you can do.
In the 90s, Bangor has claimed 4 Eastern Maine titles. Along the way, 3 of those resulting in state titles, and Lawrence, 2 Eastern Maine titles to their credit, and 2 state titles. Last time Bangor winning the Eastern Maine crown is 96. For Lawrence, it was in 94.
Well, these two teams really have dominated the 90s with 5 state championships in, 10 years. So they've got half of them right between these two clubs.
And they'll be going at it tonight for the right to go on and face either Portland or South Portland. The Western Maine tournament, from what I understand, has been called off until Monday because of the snow there. This one is underway, however, and it'll be Lawrence with the first crack. Underwood right down the middle, lays it in for 2. 5 seconds gone, and Lawrence up 2-0.
Well, Tony started that way last night, too, so we'll see what happens.
Gildart runs the show out front for Bangor. Keeps the dribble. Passes off right side to Dwayne Peoples. A big night for Peoples last night, as he'll take the jumper off balance, and it's Johnson with a loose ball rebound.
Yeah, Lawrence is straight man-to-man, and Bangor is going to be in a 2-3 zone, just probably what we expected, because they'll want to try to pack it in and to try to cover Johnson inside.
Skip pass goes to Bolduc on the left side. Back out on top to Berard. Stolen away. Gildart takes it down for the Rams. His shot, no good. Followed up and in by Joe Campbell, the sophomore.
A nice offensive rebound by Campbell.
We're knotted at 2. A minute gone here in the first period of play. The Bulldogs get down right side. Underwood off the glass for 2.
That's a tough shot, Brett. Off the board, tall glass on that one.
And I think Coach McGee, if nothing else, along with the points, likes the idea that Underwood, their emotional leader, getting into the thick of things early.
Absolutely.
The Rams down by 2 with the ball. Laux with it in the corner. Looks in the paint, now leads Campbell to pop out on top. Gildart tries to get it down to Peoples, through his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Lawrence ball as we take a look at Underwood just a moment ago.
Underwood now gets the pass from the point, just penetration down into the side, up into the air, tough shot, glass and in for 2.
Lawrence walking it up here in the first period of play. Up by 2, 4-2. Underwood.
And they're going to hold the basketball right now. They are not going to play against Bangor's 2-3 zone.
They will look to force Bangor to come out and play defense.
Well,
hopefully open it up inside.
Because they go man-to-man, it's going to be much tougher for them to match up with Johnson inside. So the theory here is I don't want to play against the zone because I can't get it inside. I want to play man-to-man so I can get it inside, Brett.
Coach Roger Reed.
And now they've switched and gone box and 1 on Underwood.
Right, he was giving the signal from the bench. As Neto with the ball at the foul line. And now the three is up and in. Nailed by Josh Berard.
Bangor wants a timeout.
We'll take the timeout ourselves. Lawrence up 7-2. We're back in just a moment. 5-point lead early. 5:32 to play in the first period. Bangor taking the timeout to talk things over.
Well, Bangor went 2-3 zone and 2 trips down, and Underwood scored, and then they went box and one.
Joe Campbell on the point. Gets it into Peoples in the lane. One dribble, turn around, no good. Out of bounds off Bangor. It'll be Lawrence ball.
Now Bangor posting up Peoples. They feel he's got a height advantage on number 10, Nick Boldick of Lawrence. Now Bangor's come out and gone man-to-man.
It's Underwood. Gives off to Boldick on the left side. Now Neto. 5 minutes to play in the first period. Underwood loses the ball, gets it back, and now loses it again and scramble for underneath. And it'll be Bangor ball.
Possession goes to Bangor, right?
Held ball, possession Bangor. Entering the game with a number 34, James Bradford.
James Bradford into the ball game for the Bangor Rams as Corey Gildart sits down for Bangor. Peoples deep on the left wing. Now it's Laux, the baseline, the shot does not go, and it's a player control foul. Much to the disgust of Coach Roger Reed.
Laux gets the ball on the left baseline. Penetration and the player control foul.
That's his first, team's first.
So Lawrence again will try to extend their 5-point lead. Bangor forced to go into that man-to-man. As Underwood works against Laux. Laux stops him along the baseline. Underwood keeps the dribble, will try it again. Goes in, the layup does not go. Hits the bottom of the rim, and Bangor recovers. Up ahead to Bradford. Bradford stops, waits for the defenders to go by, and is guilty of the travel.
That's the third Bangor turnover, Brett. Here's Laux now. Penetration to the left. Nice pass up in the air to Bradford. Bradford stops, goes up, and travels.
Lawrence again. Ahead by 5, 7-2.
Lawrence has yet to really get the ball into Johnson's hands inside. He hasn't had a touch in the paint yet.
Underwood going to work against Laux. Stops, pulls up the long one, is off the front of the rim, and Bangor the rebound. Joe Campbell for Bangor with the board. .340 to play in the first. Campbell with it out on high. Right side it goes to Peoples. Now the lob. It's loose and picked up by Lawrence. Josh Berard will set it up for the Bulldogs. Right side it comes to Underwood. Out to Neto, left side now. Now they'll work it down low to Johnson. And the whistle and the foul.
That foul, I think, is going to go on Bradford. No, it's going to be on Campbell.
Joe Campbell whistled for the foul. That is his first. Second foul on the Rams. Johnson,
yeah, he's an excellent foul shooter.
He'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
Then we jinxed him.
In and out. As Johnson misses the first of 2.
Well, you got 3 substitutions coming in for Lawrence now. Mike McGee going right to his bench right away.
Mike Brown has come into the ball game. Trafton Teague is in there as well.
And number 20,
John Kent.
right.
And that second foul shot is in. It makes it a 6-point lead now, 8-2 for the Bulldogs. Elliot Blackstone. Haven't heard much from him tonight. Into the hands of Laux, back to Blackstone, and we've got a foul. It's going to go against Berard.
Yeah, that's a block.
That'll be the first foul against the Lawrence Bulldogs. Obviously, the first against Berard. 2:55 to play in the first. 8-2. Lawrence on top here in the early going. Ball comes into Laux. On him is Mike Brown. Now it's Peoples to Blackstone. Laux into the lane, the spin, the shot, 2.
Nice move by Laux.
8-4 now. Lawrence up by 4. And Bangor in the man-to-man. Mike Brown gets it on the right side. On him is Laux. Out to Berard. Now he'll give it off to Kent. Back to Brown. 2 minutes to play in the first period.
Both teams being very, very patient on offense.
Down low it goes, and Johnson lays it in for 2.
Well, 2 touches on the basket and 1 foul shot.
Lead back up to 6 for the Bulldogs. 10-4 as Blackstone starts to go baseline, pulls up, the jumper no good. Johnson the rebound. Johnson had 18 rebounds last night in their win over Coney. Now Berard puts the ball on his hip. Brown spins, gives back to Berard.
Well, they're going to get a trap in the corner here. But again, Bangor playing straight man-to-man defense.
Kent keeping the dribble. Passes off to Berard near the sideline. Clock under a minute to play here in the first. Kent goes across the top of the circle down the left side. To Teague. Teague fakes the shot. Goes inside, doesn't fall. Laux the board for Bangor.
And Bangor's going to go for 1 shot.
40 seconds to play in the first. Bangor down by 6, 10-4.
They'll run their version of the 4 corners now. We just saw Lawrence's.
Clock down to 30.
When it gets down to 8 seconds, the ball will be in Dwayne Peoples' hands. Remember, he hit 2 threes at the end of the first quarter and the end of the second quarter, which really was the difference in that ball game last night.
Indeed, he had a couple of big shots that you just mentioned. Also did a nice job underneath, scoring from inside and outside. Now Blackstone gets it. And into the hands of Johnson as Bangor throws it away. Clock down to 3 seconds. 2, a lot of time left. O'Heave does not go. And it'll end at the end of the first period. Lawrence up 10-4. We'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment. As soon as the second period begins, it is Underwood who throws up the 3, and it's off the mark. Kent now with the ball for Lawrence. Lawrence has gone to the bench one more time as Alan Smith has been inserted into the ball game.
Like they've got 4 substitutes on the floor with Underwood.
Smith out to Kent, left side, Underwood. Underwood has the shot knocked away from behind. It'll be Lawrence ball.
Well, Bangor only played 6 players last night, and Lawrence. Take a look at the out-of-bounds play, and they'll set something up for Underwood, I'm sure. There he is right there in the wing.
Underwood, the 3 from the left side, in and out. Rebound taken down by Bradford. 10-4. Lawrence on top. Bangor tries to get something going offensively. Not much in the first period. Laux popping out on the right side. He'll bring it across toward the middle. Change direction now as he looks down low to Bradford. Bradford tries to bang his way inside. Hit up against Matt Clement, and Clement didn't give a whole lot.
A nice block by Clement.
Underwood now goes left side to Smith. Looks in the paint, comes back out to Kent. One dribble, the pass right side, and we've got a foul. It's going to go against Lawrence. Trafton Teague, I believe, guilty of the foul away from the ball.
Yeah, that was an illegal screen.
Number 40, Trafton Teague. That's his first, team second.
Second team foul against the Lawrence Bulldogs. First against Teague.
Now the Lawrence starters are returning now.
Number 10, Number 13, Josh Gerard. And number 32, Judd Johnson. And number 52, Randall.
Boldick, Johnson, Neto, and Berard all back in for Lawrence.
Yeah, the starters are on the floor now for Lawrence, and the Bangor's non-starter in there is Bradford.
And now we've got a foul.
Yeah, an illegal screen on number 22.
Or is it Brad? Is it
number 22?
Blackstone.
Blackstone.
That's his first. Team's third.
That's the 6th Bangor turnover.
Lawrence up by 6, but it seems as if neither team really getting on track as far as the offense goes.
Well, the defense is dominating the game right now. Good man-to-man defense on both teams' parts. I think you're going to see Johnson get the ball a little bit more inside.
Boldick goes to Underwood from the foul line. The leaning jumper is off the mark, but we've got a foul. It's going to go against Bangor.
It's going to be on Nick Lautz. I believe that's his second.
Lautz indeed picks up his second foul, and the 4th team foul on the Rams.
Number 12, Justin Underwood.
Underwood on the line to shoot a couple. His first one is in, and Dwayne Peoples will come back into the ball game. And Josh Civiello seeing his first action of the night. Lautz and Bradford go to the bench for Coach Roger Reed. Second foul shot by Underwood is up and in. It's up to an 8-point lead for Lawrence, 12-4.
And 6 points now for Justin Underwood.
And a travel, another Bangor turnover. It goes back to Lawrence.
Interesting that right now, Johnson has only had 2 touches, and he scored both times. I think you're going to see Lawrence try to get that ball a little bit inside to him, especially with the man-to-man defense.
Berard across midcourt. Out goes to Neto. Left side. Underwood. Skip pass. The 3. Berard on the mark.
Well, so much for that theory.
15-4. An 11-point lead for the Bulldogs with 5:50 to play in the second. Kick. It'll be Bangor ball.
You want to reset the 24-second shot clock on that, Pep, with a kick?
Well, let's not bring up the shot clock thing. 5:48 to play in the second. We'll have to watch to see how Bangor responds to being down by 11 here in the second period.
Well, Bangor's at their second sub in there, and Mr. Civiello, number 54.
Campbell beyond the 3-point arc. The pass way over the head of Dwayne Peoples and out of bounds. Another Bangor turnover. That's 8.
Well, Lawrence playing good man-to-man defense, and that's really what's given him this 11-point lead.
Into the corner it goes. Another long one by Berard. Off the back of the rim and taken down by Elliott Blackstone.
But every time you jack up a 3, you take Johnson out of the game.
Peoples looks into the paint. Gives to Blackstone. And Blackstone travels. Turnover number 9 for the Rams.
Well, again, credit to Lawrence defense for that.
Bangor totally out of sync on the offensive end as Coach Mike McGee looks on from the Lawrence bench. He has to be liking what he sees.
Well, that's true, and he's done it with mostly guard play.
Again, it is Berard. Gives to Bolduck. To Neto, lobbed inside to Johnson. Johnson can't control it, and picked up by Joe Campbell. You're going to figure that pass was high as it was over the head of 6'7" Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think he even touched it. So we can't give him a touch on that, right?
Civiello. Pass goes off right side, and a foul is going to go against Bangor.
Yeah, that's on Gildap, illegal screen. And that now Bangor's 10th turnover.
Number 14, Cody Gildap. That's his first foul. Team's 5th.
Some of the Bangor cheerleaders looking on. Their team down by 11. 15-4 with 4.5 minutes to play in the second period. Lawrence looking to build on the lead.
Well, with an 11-point lead, Lawrence doesn't have to be any rush.
Underwood will set it up out front as he goes to work against Peoples. Hopped into the lane, and a travel. And Underwood comes over to have a discussion with the official.
Well, he traveled, no question about that, and that's the 5th turnover by Lawrence.
Blackstone has the ball knocked loose by Berard. He recovers. And Berard nearly lost the handle, slows it down, and gives back to Johnson. Now Berard gets it back. Kicks it out, left side to Neto. Back out front to Underwood. Berard will bring it back out on top. Underwood will join him out near midcourt.
Well, they're going to go 4 corners again.
Knocked loose by Peoples into the backcourt and recovered there by Underwood. Now he'll bring it up down the middle, lays it up around the rim, no good. Scramble for underneath, and it's Peoples who comes out of the pack with it. Bangor nearly another turnover, but Elliot Blackstone in the right place at the right time. And then the 3 by Corey Gildart makes it 15-7.
A nice looking 3-point shot by Gildart from the top of the right circle.
And it's been a while for Bangor. Gildart all over Berard. Dangerous pass, got away with it. Underwood gets it back. Right side, Berard looks inside. Can't get it anywhere. Now to the Bulldog to Underwood. Underwood, turn around, toss shot off the glass, no good. Tipped up and in by Johnson. Blackstone takes the shot. We've got a whistle, I believe, before the shot.
Yeah, that foul was on the dribble penetration.
Foul is going to be on Underwood.
Justin Underwood, his first, team's third.
On Underwood, that is foul number 1.
Entering the Bangor, number
Mike Brown and Trafton T coming back into the ball game for Lawrence.
Well, I think Bangor's done a real good job on Underwood. I mean, on Johnson, and Johnson finally said, I'll get to the offensive board with a tip-in.
Bradford back into the ball game, replacing Civiello for Bangor. Blackstone, now to Gildart. Down onto the right block, it goes to Campbell. He's stopped up there by Johnson. Gildart gets it back to Peoples. Thought about the shot. Now on the dribble. Gives it off to Campbell. Approaching 2 minutes, 2:05 to play in the second. Gildart looks for the cutter. There's Campbell. Goes in, lays it up, can't get it to go. Blackstone with the rebound and a foul against Lawrence.
Yeah, that's going to be on number 14, Josh Berard.
Foul on number 14, Josh Berard.
Well, you don't miss any of those, do you, Coach?
Team's fourth.
Well, I see them all win along. It's easy to pick them up.
Number 20, John Kent.
John Kent comes into the ball game with Coach Mike McGee.
That was a nice play Bangor ran and got the cutter down the middle. Campbell, he just had a tough luck on the layup.
Al Blackstone down along the left baseline, comes into the lane, the pull up, off the glass for 2 after bouncing off the rim, and it's 17-9.
Yeah, you get the friendly shooter's roll on that one, and Bangor's now cut the lead to 8.
And with it out front. Left side it goes to T, to Mike Brown. And they'll set it back up again. The early stolen away, a spin and another travel on Underwood, and he says, how come?
Because he moved his pivot foot, that's why.
His teammates, I think, are trying to explain it to him. Bangor down by 8, 17-9. Campbell with it on the point, beyond the three-point arc. Gives it to Gildart, left side to Peoples.
And Bangor running a nice motion offense.
Into the paint, Peoples, the shot won't go, but he draws the foul.
Yep.
And they'll be shooting 2.
When Peoples penetrates, it's really tough to handle him. He's got such good quickness and can accelerate.
John Kent, his first,
The
team
foul on Kent.
at the line for Bangor, shooting 2. Number
For Kent, that is foul number 1, the 5th team foul. Peoples again on the line to shoot 2. You should take a look at Coach Roger Reed talking with Corey Gildart. Peoples, foul shot around the rim and no good. Second one on the way and in. It's a 7-point lead now for Lawrence. Headband up to 11. 15-4 at one point. Out front to Teague. On to Mike Brown on the wing.
And Bangor's done a real good job defending Johnson inside.
Underwood. Pass comes way out front to Kent. John Kent, 6-foot junior, working on Gildart. Gildart nearly steals it away. He knocks it out of bounds.
It's really become a defensive struggle for both teams. Both teams fairly patient, willing to work the ball. Gildart, a nice steal by Bradford.
Bradford steals it, goes all the way, and lays it in for two on a burst of speed by James Bradford.
A nice play. Stepped in on the inbounds pass, just stepped in front of the receiver, and just like an interception in football, with the length of the field. Touchdown.
17-12. The lead has been cut to 5. 15 seconds left in the second period. It's Brown who goes in, does not go. Teague, the rebound, fall away, doesn't fall, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Bangor ball with 7.6 seconds left.
Well, Bangor's got time to get one shot off now.
So Gildart brings it up. Against Brown, Gildart tries to leave it out there for Peoples. Peoples was cutting in. The throw, it does not count anyway. 17-12. And Lawrence leads by 5 at the half. We'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
A championship weekend in Eastern Maine and Western Maine, and for the Eastern schools, the winner on the girls' side is Mount Blue. A dramatic win tonight in our first game of our doubleheader tonight, 45-41. Heather Ernest had 23 points and 15 rebounds. A big win for her, a big win for these Cougars. Their trip to the state championship game, and the title game will be right here against either Portland or Lewiston. That game is postponed and will be played on Monday night. A lot of snow down in the southern part of the state, and they got it earlier than we did, so they postponed until Monday night. So we'll have to wait and find out who Mount Blue plays on Super Saturday, next Saturday here on Channel 5. And then the boys' side, of course, Lawrence and Bangor battling it out here. And on Monday, down in southern Maine, it'll be South Portland against Portland for the Western Maine Championship. 2 gold balls. The last 2 of the season will be handed out here next Saturday, right here at the Bangor Auditorium. Of course, last night was kind of interesting. Want to show you something one more time, as the old backboard had a little bit of a problem, and it was occurred on this Ulmer dunk, and for Coney, it ignited a little bit of a run, and Coney had a pretty big lead then, and the dunk brought the backboard down about 4 inches or so, and they played the rest of the game. That was in the first quarter. They played 3 quarters of basketball with one rim down a little low. Well, they fixed it. They had the old soldering guy come in this morning, and they put a new bolt in there and soldered it. It's as good as new right now, but well, they say they hope it doesn't happen again, because they're going to run out of parts down here. We're back to talk a little Clarkson earlier this season, as Hampton had a little bit of a knee problem.
Well, certainly Hampton's presence from a defensive point of view was enormous for us, because of his, there's probably not a better athlete around with Hampton's size and his quickness.
Up your roster spot for the betterment of the team.
Well, it was real hard for me. I thought about this, how hard it was going to be during this time of the year, with all these fans here screaming. And, I thought it'd be better for a younger person to get the experience and come out here and get a chance to experience this, and hopefully use that towards next year and the next couple of years.
Now, initially, Hampton, just correct me if I'm wrong, but you wanted to work on rehabbing the knee because of your UMaine football scholarship and that sort of thing. But in hindsight, could you be playing out right out there right now? Is the knee in good enough shape to be doing that?
It feels pretty good. I think I could be out there, but again, I'm glad I made my decision. I'm sticking with it, and good luck to the guys out there, and they're playing their hearts out, and good luck to them out there.
Looking forward to football season at UMaine Hampton?
I'm definitely looking forward. I know I got a little time to wait. Hopefully I hear about the Shrine Bowl and get one more chance to show the people what I can do and have a good time up there.
Best of luck down the road, Hampton, and I'm sure they miss you out there.
Yeah, it's nice to be watching them.
up at the half, and Coach Cymbalek, Bangor starting to get things going there at the toward the end of the second period of play. Can they carry that over?
Well, let's take a look at the halftime stats. Bangor only had 12 attempts. They're 5 for 12 for 41%. Lawrence got off 19 shots. I don't think you can hold Bangor down. I just think Bangor got too many weapons. And here in the second half, I think it's going to be a case of Coach McGee saying, look, we got to get the ball to Johnson. And Coach Reed saying, look, our guards, get Peoples and Louts and Gildart going. And it's the big guys against the little men.
You can see the rebounding story pretty much even. Slight lead for Bangor, 8-7. And Bangor really cutting down on the turnovers after a sloppy first period as Blackstone misses the first shot of the second half, and Lawrence the rebound.
Let's see what happens with Lawrence right away now.
They look inside. Now they go to Johnson. Johnson works against Campbell. Tough to stop him when he gets it there.
Yeah, he gets it that low, you're going to have major problems. Again, that's his 4th touch, and he's scored every time he's touched the ball.
19-12, lead back up to 7 for the Bulldogs as Blackstone gets his hands on it into the lane, works against Underwood, and it's in for 2 as Underwood goes to the floor.
Blackstone comes right back and matches Johnson's basket.
Berard across midcourt. Now to Bolduc, to Neto at the foul line again. They look inside. Underwood fakes the shot, now goes into the lane. Johnson the rebound, his shot off the rim. And Gildart comes up with it for the Rams. Gildart will take it up himself. Give to Campbell beyond the three-point arc. Back to Gildart, the long three, in and out. And battle for it, it's going to be a foul on Louts. Is that 3?
Yeah, that's his 3rd foul. And Bradford will come in for him. I think Bradford made the play of the game when he had intercepted that pass from out of bounds and drove the length of the court.
Area Maine State Lottery Megabucks numbers 11, 22, 30, 32, 36, 38, and the bonus number is 3.
A trifecta, right? A 3.
I'm out of here. I just won now. 19-14 the score. Lawrence with the ball and the 5-point lead. Bolduc with it on the left side. Back out front it comes to Underwood. In Bangor in the man-to-man defense that they have used most of the game. They came out of the 2-3 zone, but really forced to come out into the man-to-man. From the right side, in! Josh Berard nails the 3.
Well, that's his second 3.
And boy, that makes it tougher for Bangor to keep an eye on the inside, and they start popping them from the outside. Now a whistle and a foul against Lawrence.
This penetration now by Justin Underwood. He finds Berard in the corner. He's wide open for the 3, and he drains it right there. Nice shot.
Pass way out front to Gildart. Fakes the shot, now penetrates, kicks it out. Campbell, the baseline jumper is up and in.
Well, now they're heating up. Both teams starting to loosen up just a little bit.
22-16, Lawrence up by 6. 5:45 to play in the third. On the line, the Eastern Maine Championship in Class A boys basketball.
Bangor is doubling down now on Johnson inside, using Bradford and Campbell.
And the ball off the hands of Johnson, out of bounds. It'll be Bangor ball.
And that was a good double team by Bangor that time.
Number 42, Mike Brown.
Berard goes to the bench for Coach Mike McGee, and Mike Brown has come back into the ball game. Gildart gets it to Blackstone. Blackstone has been quiet for the most part. Gildart back to Blackstone. And we've got a foul that's going to go against Underwood.
Yeah, I think that's Underwood's 3rd, I believe. No, it's his 2nd.
12, Justin Underwood. That's his second. Team second.
It is the 2nd on Underwood.
The other
second
12
team
has
foul.
3, right?
Yes, indeed. As Louts has 12,
He has
3.
12, number 12, right.
Has 3 fouls for Bangor. Pass away out front to Dwayne Peoples. There's Gildart down to Campbell. Campbell tries to work underneath his man, and we've got a foul on Jed Johnson.
Yep, blocking foul on the baseline. Bangor getting a lot better mobility and movement out of their motion offense right now, and I think Lawrence has got a little tired. Their intensity on defense has backed off just a little bit.
That is the first foul on Johnson, 3rd team foul. Bradford gets it to Blackstone. Blackstone lays it up. and in. And it's a foul against Lawrence, and Blackstone will go to the line and try to complete the three-point play.
A nice play by Bangor, kind of like a give and go. From out of bounds, right to the basket. Wide open is Blackstone, and he is fouled, and the basket is good. Nice pass by Bradford.
Foul on Randy Netto. That is his first.
This is the closest Bangor's been since early in the first quarter.
Blackstone makes the foul shot. It's a three-point ball game, 22-19. From the left side, Brown off the mark with the three. Peoples picks up the ball off the floor. Now Gildart forcing the issue. Left-handed layup in. It's a one-point ball game.
Nice penetration by Gildart right down the lane. Lawrence wants a timeout.
22-21. We'll take the break. We're back right after this.
There are those who don't jump on the
22-21. Bangor had been down by 11 at one point when it was 15-4, but they have come back, and much to their credit, for his coach Roger Reed keeps pointing out, a relatively young team kept their wits about themselves, and they're right back in the ball game.
Well, they have too much athleticism to be kept down this much. And again, Lawrence going to take better shots than the last one they took down there. You just can't get out and take 4 shots. Bangor's going to take advantage of that.
It is Underwood, brings it up against Peoples. Justin Underwood spins his way into the paint, pulls up, and hits the jumper.
That's a tough shot by Underwood, too.
Underwood again, 24 points in the ball game last night, and their upset win over #1 Coney. Puts his team up by 3. Now it is Blackstone, and a foul against Lawrence.
Another holding foul on Lawrence.
It's going to go on Underwood, and that will be his third.
And that is going to be the 5th team foul on Lawrence. So that'll play an important part here in the second half.
Bangor putting it into play from their own end line. Bradford gets it into Blackstone. Into the paint he goes, and a blocking foul on Underwood. I believe they said the shot goes.
Yes.
And that'll be number 4 on Underwood.
That's it. Let's take a look now. Here's the pass to Blackstone in the left baseline. He penetrates, and Blackstone is cut off by Underwood, and he's fouled, and that's the 4th foul, and that's a real big play right now in this ball game.
9 points for Elliott Blackstone. And a nice job by Blackstone, knowing that Underwood was moving, and a chance to force the foul.
Right, and he also knew he had 3 fouls on him.
Right.
Now I think you'll see Lawrence. They'll have to go to Johnson now.
And it's a tie ball game, 24-24. 22nd timeout by Bangor. We'll take the break. We're tied. We're back right after this.
Even though I'm a science major at UMM, I have a chance.
Has tied it up 24-24.
Now with Underwood out of there, Bangor's going to press full court.
Kent brings it up. Gives it off to Alan Smith, who's come back into the ball game. Mike Brown comes back left side. Smith. He's stopped up by Peoples. Now goes to Teague, and Smith gets it back on the wing. Smith from the left side hits and puts Lawrence back up by 2.
A big basket for Lawrence in that situation.
26-24. And the pass tipped. Bradford gets it. Shot off the rim. No good. We got a foul on Lawrence. I believe it's going to go on Johnson. Either Johnson or number 22, Alan Smith.
Smith.
Number 22, Alan Smith.
And Bangor's going to be shooting the bonus the rest of this ball game.
Number 22, Elliott Blackstone.
The penetration now by Smith to his left. Stops. Open jump shot. Hits it for 2.
Blackstone on the line for Bangor. He hits the foul shot. He gives him 12 points on the night. And cuts the Lawrence lead to 1 again, 26-25. Next one is in as well, and we're knotted up again, 26-all.
The question now for Lawrence is, how long do you keep Underwood on the bench?
Again, an explosive ball player, and again, their emotional leader, if you will, out on the floor. As Lawrence goes to work without him, and they throw it away. Out of the reach of Mike Brown, and Bangor will have a chance to take the lead.
Bangor's done a good job of really negating Johnson. They really kept him from getting the ball in the low post.
Pass comes off right side to Blackstone. Smith on it. Now it's Bradford. Nearly lost it. Gets it to Gildart. Gildart, the jumper. It's way short. Save from going out of bounds. No, his foot was on the line. Blackstone's foot on the line before going out.
And of course, if Underwood comes back in the game, you can bet Bangor's going to go right at him. He's either going to have to let his man go up, you know, challenge him, and that can prevent real problems for them.
As Kent brings it up. Kent goes to the floor, picks the ball back up. It's timeout is called by Lawrence. Right. We'll take the break ourselves. 2:43 to play. We're back in a moment. 26 all, 2:43 to play in the third quarter. There's Berard. His right side to Smith. Now Teague with it to Brown.
Well, they're double teaming Johnson inside, doing a good job of that.
Every time somebody gets their hands on the ball, they look inside to see if they can get it to Johnson. Now Berard will bring it back out on top. To the paint, penetrates, the floater, off the back of the rim, into the hands of Blackstone. Blackstone pushes it up, 1-on-2, doesn't like the numbers, will slow it down.
And the momentum is shifted over to Bangor now.
Peoples making nice position by Peoples, gets it to go as he just kept his man at bay. It was Teague on his back, and Dwayne Peoples puts Bangor ahead 28-26. Across it comes now to Brown as they go back door, and it's tied up again at 28 all.
Nice backdoor play by Lawrence.
So much attention being focused on Johnson that Brown was able to sneak in down low and lay it in for the easy two. Now it's Bradford. This goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bradford. Lawrence ball.
There's Gildart now. Nice pass into Peoples. Peoples sealed his man, and that is Peoples' first basket of the game. It's his first field goal. And here's the cross-court pass from Smith to Brown, and the easy layup.
So Lawrence looking to regain the lead. We're tied up at 28-28. Out it comes to T. Left side now to Brown. Brown spins his way left side of the lane. Gives it off to Bolden. Into the lane it goes, picked off by Corey Gildart. Now Gildart has his pass deflected. And it's taken away by Matt Clement. Save from going out of bounds by Bolden. Brown, the pull-up from the left side. Bang! Lawrence up by 2, 30-28. Bradford pops out on the right side. Over the head and out of bounds, and another Bangor turnover is a miscommunication between Bradford and Blackstone. Blackstone popping out, the pass went down low and out of bounds.
Yeah, that's Bangor's 14th turnover. Even though that was turned over, that was a good idea because Blackstone certainly got a height advantage on Berard inside, and they wanted to post him up low.
35 seconds left in the third. Lawrence probably will go for the last shot of the quarter.
Johnson and Underwood, they have the big guns, both on the bench right now.
The ball knocked out of the hands of Brown, and Brown guilty of the foul as he tried to stop Bradford from going coast to coast.
But it was a good foul because he prevented the layup. So, but Bangor is shooting the bonus, so Bangor will get a chance to knock the score here. That's also Lawrence's 11th turnover.
And it has to be heartening for Coach,
Brown now, the penetration. Nice steal by Peoples. He reaches in. Bradford steals the ball. Then Brown comes across and makes the foul just before midcourt. Good foul, though, because Bradford would have had a layup.
Bradford, the 1-on-1, as I started to say, has to be heartening for Coach McGee to see his team maintain with Underwood on the bench. Bradford makes the foul shot. Second one, no good.
And Bangor's been playing this whole second half without Love because he's saddled with 3 fouls.
That's right. He's not seen much action here in the third at all.
I don't think he's played at all.
Now Berard goes into the corner with it. Brown throws up the desperation shot, doesn't fall. Lawrence at the end of 3 leads by 1, 30-29. We're back in just a moment.
When you're thinking about that new car or truck,
Played it out. He's in there now, right?
Oaks back into the ball game is Berard. with the ball for Lawrence. Works against Corey Gildart. And the ball thrown away, and it's Bangor ball.
Trying to force the pass inside to Johnson. Was a little wide on the bounce pass.
In the meantime, Underwood still on the bench for Lawrence. With 4 fouls. As Dwayne Peoples receives the pass from Gildart. Gets it back to Gildart. Now Blackstone. Blackstone, right side, pull-up jumper. No good. Lawrence the rebound. Crafton Teague, a freshman, coming down with a board. Now it is Brown. Gives out to Berard. Deep on the right side. Teague fakes, pulls his man up into the air, comes up with a jumper and hits.
Well, Louch had to back off because he's got the foul difficulty, and nice shot.
7 minutes to play. Lawrence up by 3, 32-29. Blackstone gives off to Laux. Laux goes against Teague into the lane.
Good defense by Lawrence to stop the penetration.
They collapsed and stopped the penetration indeed, and then Bangor forced to take it back out. Now Campbell works underneath Johnson all alone. It's a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, nice entry pass by Bangor to get that basket.
Great positioning by Campbell.
And a nice pass.
32-31. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, off Lawrence. It's going to be Bangor ball.
Well, looking at penetration now. Nice shot by Teague. Jump shot was good.
Now they're going to give the ball back to Lawrence. They said it was tipped out of bounds.
It was tipped, but the question is who tipped it?
So Lawrence will have it out on their own end line. Mike Brown gets it on the right side, beyond the three-point arc. He is a threat. Now it's Berard. Back to Brown. He'll take the three. Off the rim. Deep rebound taken down by Bulldogs.
Well, again, Bangor done a real good job on Johnson. Really doubled down on him hard. Done a real good job.
Clock down to 6. Now Brown pops out. Gets it down to Johnson. Johnson is immediately double-teamed. Pass out to Bolduc. Bolduc back to Johnson. Johnson spins, shoots over Campbell and in.
Johnson gets the ball inside. He's tough to deal with. And Bangor's done an outstanding job of defending him this ball game.
34-31. The lead back up to 3 for Lawrence.
You have to realize he had 26 and 20 points in the first 2 games.
As Gildart spins his way into the lane, it's 34-33. Outstanding move by Corey Gildart. Berard with it on the point. Motions for Teague to pop out. Teague out the foul line. Fakes the shot. Kicks it out to Brown. Down to Bolduc it goes. Bolduc with a layup for 2.
And you have Justin Underwood at the scorer's table, Mike. Brent, getting ready to come in.
With 4:54 to go in the 4th period. And Lawrence up by 3. To Peoples on the right block, into the lane. Up and in, it's back to a 1-point ball game.
Bangor posting up their guards because they have a size advantage and doing a nice job with it.
And Underwood continues to wait at the scorer's table to get back into the ball game.
And Lawrence wants a timeout.
Timeout, 4:29 to play. We're back in a moment. It's a 1-point ball game. Lawrence leading by 1, 36-35. We talked about giving Bangor credit for not withering after they get down by 11. On the other side of the coin, Lawrence deserves a lot of credit too for keeping their wits about themselves without Underwood in the ball game and Bangor coming back.
Well, that's true, and Underwood is now with 4:29 to go. But Underwood has to be careful, not only defensively, but offensively. His slashing, penetrating style of play, he has to be extremely careful because he can pick up a player control foul. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out now.
Good point. We'll see if Bangor will go to work on Underwood when they get the ball back. Into Johnson. Johnson rolls it home.
And he has 11 points now.
38-35. Johnson coming off that 20-point effort last night. 11 on the night thus far. Gildart, left side, in the three, and we're tied at 38 all.
And Underwood is guarding Blackstone, so I would look for Bangor to go right at him.
4 minutes to play. We're tied at 38. Underwood comes out to Teague. Teague passes off left side to Bolduc. Back out to Underwood. 6-foot senior. And Coach Mike McGee as Bolduc gets it in the corner. Back out to Underwood and Berard.
Gildart had a nice penetrating drive and a big three. He's had 2 big baskets in this Bangor surge.
Gildart coming out on Berard. Now it's Underwood to Teague. Teague from the foul line. Leaves it short. Gets his rebound back. Goes up strong. And we've got a foul.
And that'll only be the second foul on Bangor in the entire second half. Lawrence now, nice pass down to Johnson on the block. Stops, turns, over Campbell for 2. Hits the rim and rolls in. And now comes Gildart to his left. Backs off as the defender falls down. He's wide open and drills a 3. And Gildart had an outstanding fourth quarter here.
On the line is Trafton Teague. 6-foot freshman missed the foul shot, the first one. He has 2 points on the night, 5 rebounds, make it 3 points as he nails the second one. And it puts Lawrence back up by a point, 39-38.
Bangor has yet to go over here against Underwood, but we'll see what happens.
Now Louts goes in off the left side, can't get it to go. The player control foul on Louts. And there was a heart stoppage there for a moment for Lawrence as it was Underwood who was involved.
Right, and that's also Louts' fourth foul. Here's Louts now to his left. Dribbles around the screen, gets by Johnson, goes to the basket. Underwood is there. Louts with a player control foul.
Wow. 39-38, close.
Well, now you have both number 12s with 4 fouls.
But they say it's against Louts. Lawrence with the ball in the 1-point lead. Johnson gets it on the baseline, kicks it out to Underwood. The 3, yes!
Well, Gildart made a big 3 for Bangor, and Underwood comes right back and does the same thing for Lawrence.
The Bulldogs.
Again, he has not gone after after Underwood.
Peoples was all alone underneath. He was loose underneath and lost the ball out of bounds. So we take a look at Underwood's basket.
On, Johnson leaving Underwood wide open on the top of the circle for the wide open 3.
And a golden opportunity by the boards there for the Rams as Dwayne Peoples had it slip through his hands and out of bounds.
Now this is Bangor's 17th turnover in the ball game. Uncharacteristic, really, of Bangor.
They had a ton in the first period.
Oh, looks like Lawrence going to go to 4 corners.
2:27 to play. It is Underwood with the ball. Right side it goes to Bolduc. Bolduc almost pass to Berard.
Almost lost it.
I thought you were going to catch that one for a moment.
It was lined right up to come to me, yes.
Underwood out there in the mid-circle. Thrown away and picked up by Elliot Blackstone. Now Gildart. Gets it to Bradford. Kicks it out to Peoples. Fakes the 3. Gets it to Gildart. Looks inside. Campbell out on the top. Bradford pops out on the left side. Peoples gets it back on the point.
Now they've got a one-on-one situation, and Blackstone lost the ball.
Picked up by Gildart. Now Blackstone gets it back. Right side Peoples, the baseline jumper way off the mark. Battered around underneath. Tipped out front, picked up by Teague, and we've got a foul, I think, is going to go against Elliot Blackstone.
Right, but that's only Bangor's 4th foul, so it won't be a shooting foul.
It is on Blackstone. It is his 2nd foul, 4th team foul. Timeout Bangor. We're back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
What does...
About a minute 32 remaining in the ball game. Lawrence up by 4, 42-38, and they'll have the ball and will bring it the length of the floor.
Well, this is about like the girls' game with Mount Blue because Bangor had fouls to give. And if Lawrence is going to hold it, they've got to foul right away here because they've got 2 fouls to give before they're going to get into the bonus.
Down low it goes to Teague. He is fouled. It's going to be on Blackstone. It'll be number 3 on Blackstone.
Well, that's now 2 fouls to give before Bangor will be shooting, although they're going to, before Lawrence is going to be shooting, but Lawrence is going to be shooting after with a 2-shot foul.
Teague on the line, he's got 2 points. And will be shooting 2. He makes the foul shot.
Well, just a freshman. He's played a nice ball game for Lawrence. Got a couple of crucial baskets and clutch foul shooting down the stretch here.
Next one is on the way and in. It's a 6-point Lawrence lead with 1:25 to play. Gildart right down the throat. Kicks it off left side. It's going to be Lawrence ball.
Well, Bangor's got a foul right away on the inbounds pass now.
Pass comes into Johnson. Johnson gets it back to Berard. Berard goes through, untouched. 3-on-1. Lost by Teague. No basket. And we've got a foul on Bangor before the shot.
I think the foul is on Laux, and if it is, that's his 5th foul.
It is on Laux, and he is out of the ball game. That is number 5 on Nick Laux.
Barad did a nice job of breaking the Bangor pressure, got it up there in a 3-on-1 situation, got the ball on the baseline, but there will be no shots on this.
Coach McGee wants to talk to his team as Bangor puts another player into the ball game.
They bring Bradford back in.
So Bradford replaces Laux on the floor. Laux is fouled out with 1:09 to play.
Bangor will have to foul now.
To Underwood. Underwood is fouled by Corey Gildart near midcourt.
And that's a good foul, Brett, because that now puts Bangor on the line for 1-on-1, and they've got to foul in order to stop the clock.
And that'll put Underwood on the line to shoot the 1-on-1. Underwood, 71% free throw shooter on the year.
Now, question for Lawrence. Do you stay man-to-man, or do you go zone and widen out, take the 3-point shot away?
12 points now for Justin Underwood. And the Lawrence fans smelling victory as they're up by 7 with 1:06 to play. Second one is up and in. It's an 8-point Lawrence lead.
Lawrence going to press full court. Interesting.
Trying to force Bangor to use up some time as Gildart goes down, throws it high off the board. It's a Lawrence rebound. And a foul by Bradford immediately as he fouls Teague.
Good foul by Bradford. Stop the clock.
They'll put the freshman back on the foul line, but over the course of the year, Teague, 77% free throw shooter. So less than a minute to play. Teague, 3 points and 7 rebounds on the night.
Entering the game for Bangor, number 32, Dan Chadbourne.
Coming into the ball game for Bangor, Chadbourne and Josh Civiello. Joe Quirk will come into the ball game as well for Bangor as Coach Roger Reed going to the bench. Dwayne Peoples, Bradford sitting down. Joe Campbell has gone to the bench.
Real key to this ball game was the fact that when Underwood was on the bench for those fouls,
right,
that Lawrence was able to stay close with Bangor
and maintain the lead even. The miss. Bangor the other way. Gildart loses the ball, picked up by Underwood. Underwood is fouled as he gets to midcourt, and he'll go to the line to shoot. And again, the Lawrence fans making noise as they sense the first Eastern Maine title since 1994 for the Lawrence Bulldogs.
Well, Underwood's come in and done a good job. Playing with 4 fouls, very difficult. You know, you want to go, your instincts tell you, I want to do this, and you can't. You have to back off because, hey, you just can't afford that 5th foul.
46.7 seconds left. It is an 8-point Lawrence lead, and Justin Underwood will be on the line to shoot. Go 1-1 for the Bulldogs. Earlier tonight, the Bangor Rams, Mount Blue Cougars went at it for the Class A girls title in Eastern Maine, and the Cougars were winners 45-41 over the Bangor Rams.
Well, again, Lawrence bench and their depth, I think because those players have played a lot of minutes during the course of the season, in that crunch time situation when they, in fact, there was one time when they had Underwood and Johnson both out that Lawrence was able to stay with it.
Underwood on the line. His foul shot is no good. Ball is loose. Picked up by Lawrence. Way out front, it comes to Berard. And Berard is fouled. He'll go to the line as he is fouled by Corey Gildart.
Foul by number 14, Corey Gildart. His fourth foul, team's 10. At the line for Lawrence.
9 points for Josh Berard. He'll be on the line to shoot 2. He makes the first. Give him 10.
Well, Berard did a nice job when Underwood was out playing the point. Did a nice job.
Now Bangor with the rebound, 47-38. Blackstone brings it up, tries to get it down low. He does. It is around the rim and no good. Put back up and still no good. Bangor tries to go up with it again, but a foul. A couple of tries there by Joe Quirk, but can't get him to fall.
Yeah, fouls on Johnson.
Foul by number 13, Jed Johnson. His second, team's 9.
So for Bangor on the line will be Josh Stiviello. He'll be there to shoot 2. 47-38. Make it 39 as he hits the first with 25.4 seconds left. And Bangor puts Mike St. Pierre into the ball game as Corey Gildart makes his way to the Bangor bench. So the Bangor fans will go away disappointed twice, barring a miracle here. As the inbound pass comes into Johnson, he is immediately fouled, and we'll walk it down the other end.
Well, I have a little trivia question for you. I think it was 1983 that Bangor had both teams in the final and lost to Caribou. Both teams. They had I think it was 1983 that happened.
And they lost both.
But Caribou was the first year they had both teams in the finals, Caribou and Bangor.
11 points, make it an even dozen for Jed Johnson. Some excited Lawrence fans. Timeout.
20-second timeout.
20-second timeout. With Lawrence up by 8, 48-40. The Rams came in here ranked 3rd, and Lawrence number 4 as they defeated Hamden in the quarterfinal game, a 4-5 matchup, and they squeaked by Hamden by 2, 59-57. Then, of course, the big emotional win over Coney last night, the 16-point win over top-ranked Coney Rams. And they're worried about an emotional letdown tonight. Certainly not in evidence.
No, they controlled the tempo, but Bangor did a good job. They really took Johnson out of the ball game.
Johnson nails the foul shot. His team up by 9 is Blackstone. Goes down low, off the glass, doesn't fall, but we've got a whistle, and Blackstone will go to the line to shoot 2.
Also, Bangor had Louts in foul trouble. That certainly didn't help them. He got in foul trouble earlier than, it wasn't a good night that we were in number 12.
Right.
Like I think of that, I can remember back in my college days at Hudson, I wore number 12, so I could sympathize with number 12s.
And how many games did you foul out of?
Not too many. I was smart enough to figure, hey, I couldn't play if I was sitting on the bench. Right? I wasn't that aggressive.
Actually, in high school, I wore 12, but nobody would ever know it.
Is that right? Okay.
Unless they read the roster on the scoreboard, because that's the only time they saw my number. It's tough to see through the warm-up jersey. Foul shot up and in by Blackstone. 49-41. And a foul by Bangor. There's 16.6 left on the clock.
Actually, with the games being snowed out in Western Maine, gives the Eastern Maine champions an opportunity to go to Portland Monday and scout. And that's something you usually aren't able to do in person. Usually all you can hope for is to get a tape.
Are you saying that Coach Mike McGee's dance card is filled for Monday night?
I said the team who wins this game. But right now, it's apparent that Lawrence is going to win this ball game. Johnson now cleaning up at the foul line. But I really thought Bangor played an outstanding ball game. They really gave Lawrence all they could handle, stayed with it when things were going poorly for them in the first half, and really did a good job.
Quirk with the rebound for Bangor. Gets it up to Civiello. Goes off left side, the 3. Around the rim and no good. Quirk with a follow-up. Can't get it to fall. Put it back up and in for 2. And a foul immediately is Chadbourne.
And that's going to be an intentional foul.
The intentional foul on Underwood.
So it'll be 2 shots in the ball.
With 1 second left. Now
Again,
Lawrence will empty the bench.
I think, again, the key to this ball game was that stretch.
Indeed.
When Underwood picked up his 4th foul and Bangor made a run. And I think did they go up by 1 at that stretch?
I think they did indeed go up by 1.
One time, right. Lawrence was able to hang with that, and with him on the bench, we're able to keep with it.
Underwood on the line, makes the foul shot. We'll have another, and Lawrence will get the ball back with a second to play. He's got 14 points. Coach Mike McGee has Johnson and Berard. Neto over there. Underwood makes the foul shot and turns around and salutes the crowd.
And they're going to substitute for him now. Underwood leaves the game.
Underwood leaves the ball game as Brown comes in to replace him.
And Bangor's not going to foul. They just throw it in. They let Lawrence throw it in, and the clock will go off.
The ball comes in, and the ball game is over. Lawrence winners over Bangor, 52-43. And the Lawrence Bulldogs are the Eastern Maine champs in Class A schoolboy basketball.
Well, outstanding game. I thought both teams played hard, especially after having tough games last night. And the Lawrence fans over here are really excited.
Indeed they are, as the players coming across the tables to meet and greet their fans, and the fans doing likewise. Coach Mike McGee receiving congratulations as well as he should. His Bulldogs came in here at number 4 and upset Coney last night in the semifinals by 16, and then the win over Bangor tonight by 9.
Well, they beat 3 quality teams to do this. They beat the number 5 team, they beat the number 1 team, and they beat the number 3 team. So, hey, they didn't back into this by any means. They went right at it and had to pull 2 upsets in the Steeds by knocking off number 1 and number 3 back-to-back.
And this, a team that was 6-12 last year and didn't even qualify for the tournament.
Absolutely. Mike's done an outstanding job. Lawrence, again, of course, always competitive in any sport they play, baseball, basketball, football. They always come to play hard. And I just thought that their kids didn't wilt when they had major problems with Underwood in foul trouble.
Indeed, that was the case. Underwood in foul trouble with Bangor coming back after being down by a bunch, by 11 points. The Rams came back, but the Bulldogs were not to be denied, even with Underwood on the bench.
Especially when the other team makes a big surge. You know, when the other team makes a big surge, and you know, your leader, your emotional leader is sitting on the bench, you know, someone's going to pick up the slack. And I thought Johnson, Barrage, the freshman, Terad, number 40, Teague, brother, they all did a nice job.
All right, let's go to Tim Throckmorton, who's on the floor of the Bangor Auditorium. Tim.
Amongst the mayhem here, and of course, what a spillover from last night. Justin Underwood, it really pushed you into tonight's game. It looked like the energy was still there from last night. What a great start you had tonight.
Get around your neck. Get around there. Well, we've been talking about this since freshman year. We had 3 years. We were out of it. Played JV freshman year. We saw all those great teams in 90, 94 win it. Just thought it'd be great to win it. Tough team, right?
A great Bangor team. It turned into a chess match. Every possession was so important. This Bangor team never went away tonight.
No, they didn't. They hung in there the whole way. First half, we got them up by 10, 12. Thought we could put them away, but they just hung in there and played their hearts out. And they're a very good team. I mean, 15, 16, whatever, 3-3. I mean, they played us tough.
What a great effort tonight. I want to get Jed Johnson in here for just a second. Jed, just come over here just a second. I want to get you on here for a second. Jed, you had a great heart. You didn't get the ball for a while underneath. A little frustration. Bangor had a great defense against you.
Yeah, they were doubling and tripling me and bringing guys down everywhere, but everyone stepped up tonight. It's a great win.
A sweet senior season, huh?
Oh, yeah. Best that I could hope for. And then one more next week, and we'll be all set.
Our director wanted to know what you talked to yourself about at the foul line.
Well, we might find out after the next game.
Best of luck. Okay. Thank you. Jed Johnson, and certainly a great performance by the Bulldogs. Let's go to the public address announcer, Alan Snell.
Sophomore Josh Johnson. Sophomore Eric Bell. Sophomore Sean Bouchard. Sophomore Joe Campbell. Junior James Bradford. Junior Corey Gildard. Junior Nick Lawrence. Senior Josh Cibiello. Senior Joe Quirk. Senior Dan Chadbourne. Senior Mike St. Pierre. Senior Elliot Blackstone. And Senior Dwayne Peebles. Maine Principals Association Class A Basketball Committee members, Mr. Norris Nickerson, Principal at Bangor High School, and Dwight Hunter, Athletic Administrator at Caribou High School, and Bob Strong, Principal at McCormick Valley High School, will now present this plaque to the Bangor High School Rams, the Maine Principals Association 1999 Eastern Regional Invitational Basketball Tournament runners-up. Outstanding tournament general, very excellent job. Would Coach Mike McGee, along with assistant coaches Charles Jucius, Ray Winship, Jim Parsons, Chip Taylor, and Elin Furman, please step forward to present the individual championship awards. Managers James Woodbury.
No managers? Okay.
Players, freshman, Trafton T. Sophomore, Todd MacArthur. Juniors, Josh Barrard. John Kent. Junior A.J. Smith. Junior Corey Pelletier. Junior Chris Knights. Junior Mike Brown. Junior Justin Roderick. And Junior Matt Clement. Seniors, Nick Bolden. Senior Justin Underwood. Senior Jed Johnson. And Senior Randy Netto. MPA Class A Basketball Committee members, Mr. Norris Nickerson, Principal at Bangor High School, Dwight Hunter, Athletic Administrator at Caribou High School, and Bob Strong, Principal at McCormick Valley High School, will now present the championship plaque to the Lawrence High Bulldogs. The Maine Principal Association 1999 Eastern Regional Invitational Basketball Tournament champions. Outstanding tournament, gentlemen. Congratulations. congratulations. And right here next Saturday at the Bangor Auditorium, win the gold ball for the East. Good luck.
Well, the celebration begins again as the plaque has been awarded for the Eastern Maine title, as Justin Underwood goes around, shows it to some of the crowd, shakes some hands, gets some hugs. We'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
Next Saturday afternoon, so you'll be able to...
There's a lot to think about when you're planning a
Auditorium, pictures are being taken, and some celebrating by the Lawrence Bulldogs as they came away with the Eastern Maine title tonight over Bangor, 52-43. Congratulations to our University of Maine Machias player of the game, Justin Underwood, 15 points. He was 6 for 7 from the free throw line and 3 assists on the night. Congratulations to Justin Underwood from the University of Maine of Machias, a personal approach to education on the coast of Maine. And now, once again, let's go to the floor of the Bangor Auditorium. Tim Throckmorton.
Thanks very much, Mike McGee. Certainly a great test for your skills tonight against a very good Bangor team.
Very talented, very athletic, and extremely well coached. And we knew that. Roger Reed's been here. We've competed against him in this game, a couple times before. So just a great matchup with Bangor.
Coming into tonight's this year's tournament, a lot of people talking about Bangor and the defending champions from Skowhegan and #1 Coney. You're in a great spot there at #4, but a tough spot too.
We snuck up on a lot of people this year. I think we didn't play very well against Hampton. It wasn't a very good effort, especially defensively. But last night, I think we shook the world with that win over Coney. And tonight, we carried it a step further. And I like our chances next weekend.
Of course, family, I know, is very important to you, and your family over here on this basketball team certainly is very close with you too. Express how you feel about these kids on your team.
It's the easiest bunch I've had. Each group has a different characteristic. This is the easiest bunch of kids I've ever had to coach. I just walk in the gym, they're stretching, they're doing things. Haven't had one problem all year. Great senior leadership. When the season ended last year, they joined Gilly's gym in Waterville, 26 of them, 3 days a week lifting, and then 4 nights a week, they went up and worked on their individual skills. Some of them, when they couldn't make it, they'd be up at 6 in the morning. They made a commitment to get to this game, and if there's a group I've ever coached that deserves to get to this game, it's this group.
Hard work pays off, Mike.
Hard work.
Congratulations
Wonderful.
tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, we can't wait to see you next week.
Mike
Thank you
McGee,
very
after
much.
another gold ball. One of the best around. These Lawrence Bulldogs always seem to find a way. Brent?
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Bangor Auditorium. Coach Cymbaluk, again, a good win for Lawrence. Resiliency, I guess.
Well, when the going got tough, the tough get going, as they say, and when they were in trouble with the Underwood on the bench with foul trouble, they hung together, those other players, and rallied around and getting back in the game, and that was really the difference.
All right, so next Saturday night, it'll be Mount Blue girls for the Eastern Maine, representing the Eastern Maine, and the Lawrence boys. From the Bangor Auditorium, there for Bob Cymbaluk, our producer and director, John Bolger, and the entire crew here at Channel 5. I'm Brent Stevens. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
The people at Hammond Lumber Company sell